Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. For today's video, I wanted to talk about some new makeup launches in the Indian market. Now, if I'm being completely honest, the newer launches in the Indian market have been kind of meh, kind of boring, but these things turned my views around and I was like, I need to try them out. So today we are going to be talking about 3 new launches in the Indian makeup scene and I'm so excited to be reviewing these for you guys. I asked you guys over on my community tab whether you wanted to see more detailed video or you wanted to see speed reviews, and most of you guys voted for speed reviews. So here we are. I'm not going to blabber on and make this intro any longer, but we're going to have separation in the timeline. So if there's a particular product you want to know more about, you can skip to that. You don't need to hear me talk about everything else. So without any further ado, if you want to know my views, reviews and everything on 3 new makeup launches in the Indian market, then please keep on watching. The first product I want to talk about are Insight's HD Concealer. Now I did pick it up in 2 shades since I wasn't really sure of my color. Now this retails for ₹230 and you get 9 gram of product in each tube, which is a ridiculously high amount of product. You will take forever and a half in finishing it up. Now when we talk about the shade range, this does come in 6 shades and you get all of the shades mentioned on the carton box itself. There's actually a lot of information on the carton box, including how to use this concealer and everything. This is a vegan and cruelty free product as well, which is a yay from my side. Now the shades that I picked up were LN10 and MN20. LN10 standing for light neutral 10 and MN20 standing for medium neutral 10. But the shades are also only mentioned on the outer packaging and not on the product itself, which is a little bummer because you cannot refer back to the shade if you get rid of the boxes. Now sadly MN20 does not work for me, but LN10 matched me really well, so I will be demoing it in this video as well. Now I have to start off by saying that when I received this concealer, LN10 was sort of separated already and it took me quite a lot of swishing around to make sure it got incorporated again, which was a kind of a bummer to be honest. But let's move on to the other parts of this concealer. When we talk about the applicator, it's a very fat doe foot applicator. It reminds me of Tarte Shape Tape and e.l.f. Camo Concealer wand. It's that same thick chubby wand that dispenses a lot of product in one go. But let's talk about the texture, the coverage and all of that. Starting off with the texture, this is slightly on the thicker side of things and the coverage is supremely high. Now when I applied it on bare skin, it covered up everything and there wasn't even a bit of ashiness around my eyes. I did apply it with my finger, which is not my most favorite method of applying it. I did have to work a little extra hard in making sure everything was seamlessly blended out. But when I applied it on top of foundation with the brush, it just blended out by itself. So I would suggest that you use a brush with this. That's the best application method. Now when we talk about the longevity of this concealer, it is supremely long lasting. It's almost self-setting of sorts. Like you don't need a lot of powder to set it. I did wear it throughout the day without a powder and I had very minimal creasing under my eyes. So that's definitely a yay point. I'm supremely impressed with this. That's something I really enjoyed. I just wish that the shade range was a little better because 6 shades is kind of a bummer. But if you're someone who has really deep set pigmentation, or if you have a lot of under eye lines and you want something that wouldn't crease crazily or would cover up your pigmentation, you can definitely check this out. I'm highly impressed with this one. The next product I want to talk about are Iba Halal's must have everyday lip and cheek tint. Again, I picked it up in 2 shades and I'm so glad that I did for reasons that you can't even imagine. Let's start off with the basic things. This retails for ₹4.99 for 8 gram of product and it does come in this plastic container, which is not the most user friendly since the product sits a little low and you have to scrape it out, especially if you have long nails or extensions or press-ons like I have. So I tend to use it with a brush. But let's talk about the product in itself and why I said that I was glad I picked it up in 2 shades. So when I was doing my B-roll, I just saw that there was a little bit of discrepancy in the amount of product, and I generally never do this, but I thought let's weigh it out, and there was a complete gram of a difference in the weight. Now a discrepancy of a gram might not seem like a lot, but when you're talking about a product that only has 8 grams there, it's a lot, and you can see clearly there is a difference in the product. So that was a bummer. I feel like there should be a little bit more standardization, so that really broke my heart. But let's talk about the product now and see how the product performed overall. Now this is a very soft matte kind of a lip and cheek tint. Generally I've seen lip and cheek tints being more dewy, but this felt like a soft and matte sort of a formulation. It honestly feels like a creamy matte Maybelline lipstick being poured into a tub. That's what it feels like. So when you apply it on the cheeks, you do have to work slightly with it because it can go a little patchy, but on the lips it looks so gorgeous. It goes on so smoothly. When we talk about the shades in general, the Sheer Peach shade is a beautiful corally color, while Forever Nude is a more muted rose sort of a color. I love both of these shades so much, but once you blend it out on the cheeks, they don't look too different. On the lips, however, they do feel a lot different. Now, when we talk about the staying power on the cheeks, I would say they would last anywhere from 4 to 5 hours maximum if you don't touch your cheeks or if you don't wear a mask on top. If you wear a mask or you touch your cheeks, they would disappear within 2 to 3 hours. And on the lips, again, a similar amount of staying power would be noticed. These do transfer, they are not transfer proof, so keep that in mind. Overall, I was really excited for this launch, but I'm kind of bummed out because of the discrepancies and everything going on. So yeah, I mean, I would like to see a little bit of improvement from their side. I don't know what to say more about these, honestly. And the last product I want to talk about, and maybe the reason why you're here, I have Sugar's Air Kiss powder lipsticks with me right here. Now, these are a very exciting new launch in the Indian market. They seem very unique, very different. So I was so excited to pick them up, and I picked up 2 shades again just to try out and see how these perform. Now, these retail for rupees 4.99 and you get 2 gram of product in there. And these already seem half empty. You can see the powder in there. I first want to talk about the texture a little bit. These actually come just like how they show in the ads. You can drop the powder out like that, and once you start just rubbing it around, it transforms into this liquid of sorts. So that's very, very exciting to use. So I picked up 2 shades. As I said, I have the shade Caramel Souffle and Mocha Mousse with me right here, and both of them are very, very beautiful. However, I do have to say that these shades do oxidize a lot. So once you apply it on your lips and once you reapply it, you can see a clear difference in the colors. So this can be a little deceptive in the first go. So make sure if you are trying them out, keep them on for a couple of seconds for them to completely oxidize. Alright, now let's talk about the formulation and how comfortable they are to wear on the lips. I would say they are like a demi matte finish. Once they are settled down on the lips, they do not settle down to a complete matte finish, and they do transfer. They are not transfer proof. The staying power is not the best. It starts to go away from the centers of your lips and it removes like a line, and it can feel slightly drying on the lips. These would stay on your lips anywhere from like 4 to 5 hours tops maximum. If you eat anything oily in between, it would go away like no one's business. And I have to say, if you purse your lips together, they would turn patchy. So they're not the most patch proof lipstick as well. They do seem exciting, they do seem fun, I have to say, but would I recommend them? Would I say go ahead and buy them, like run out and buy them? Probably not, because A, they oxidize, B, they can get patchy, they're not even transfer proof, and they don't even last for the longest amount of time. But they're still fun, they're still fun. So if you just want to get something for the sake of the novelty of the product, you can go ahead. But overall, these are not the most wow lipsticks out there. But yes, with that I finish another speed review round for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this and found this helpful. If you did, then don't forget to comment and subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, take care. I love you all so much. Mwah. Bye.